Okay. All right, guys. So this is Bowie. I am back here again with your question and answer section. For those of you who have been following and you've seen the simple, silly, stupid, and smart questions kickoff, this is this is that. Okay. So the reason why I created this series is because I noticed that there were four main categories that people were in, as far as those who had inquired to learn more about the Invincible Consultant Program. Those four categories are people who are one, just starting out and don't even know where to begin with, getting their business or their idea, you know, uh, flourishing online. There are people who have some idea, but they are not confident that their idea will work. And then there are people who they do have some things that are going, but they want it to be less stressful. Okay. And then the fourth category of people are the people who really they're at a decent place, doing very well as a matter of fact, but they want that next level, right? And so they are asking for coaching or guidance or something or mentoring in order for them to either double or triple or just kind of blow it out the water because they know they have something that works, right? But they know they need coaching. All right. So if you are in any one of those categories, this question and answer series will be relevant to you. However, some of the questions or some of the questions that are being answered are going to kind of be based on spectrum, right? So this today's question is going to be based on someone who's at the beginning phase, right? Someone who's in category one or category two, which is, they don't really know where to start, right? But they know they need to start, okay? Or two, they have an idea, but they're not confident it will work. So if you're in those top two categories, this particular video is relevant for you, okay? And if you're in the other three, in category three and four, it could be relevant to you too if you have like other things you want to kind of like kick off. But I really am targeting those who are in those first two categories. Is that fair for everyone? Okay, good. All right, so let's go into today's question. What can I do to make sure my business idea will work or make any money online? Right? Answers for entrepreneurs just starting out. Perfect question. And why do people even ask to have this question? Well, of course, we are all insecure sometimes when we have an idea. Sometimes we run it by the wrong person and that person shuts it down and we get discouraged or we get disappointed or we just don't feel like someone's really hearing or seeing the full vision of what we have in mind. And we also know that we have to be the ones that show them actual proof of the effectiveness or the power of that idea or that concept or that venture online. And but at the same time, there's that part of us that doubts or has questions about whether or not this will work, right? Or if it does work, how does it really come to uh, full expression? Okay, so this is a very relevant question, and you may have had some version of this question asked before. Other questions like this one that you may have are questions like, well, how do I get my business to even work, or how do I get my idea to work online, or how do I test my idea online, right? I mean, some combination. Okay, so I kind of boiled it down to this question, which is, what can I do to make sure my business idea will work or make money online? All right. So where do we go with answering that question? Well, the first thing I just want to know, right, is who would you rather be, right? In the image that I'm about to share with you, who would you rather be? Would you rather be this guy on the left, right? Or this guy on the right? Okay. And I hope your answer is the guy on the right. Okay. That guy looks like he's having the time of his life, right? As he's working away at his own initiative or project or business. Okay. And the whole purpose of this question and answer series is to get you to feel and experience and look, right, as excited about whatever you're working on as this guy on the right. Like whatever he's doing, it's like if you were in an office and you saw this guy, right? You either were thinking he was doing something he's not supposed to be doing on that computer, or he's doing something right. Okay. Um, and you would go over and say, "Hey, what are you doing over here?" Right? Because he just looks excited about what he's doing. So The purpose of this series is actually to have you work with the same level of excitement, enthusiasm as a function of the confidence and certainty that you experience and being able to build and create and craft out your business, applying some digital marketing strategies which you'll be learning. Okay, is that fair? Okay, all right, hope it's fair. Okay, so what's next? Well, we got to go to the drawing board. Okay, what do I mean by the drawing board? Well, today's session is not going to be just some, it's not that presentations with slides and all that are bad, but I'm going to kind of map it out using a whiteboard here. Okay, I always enjoy using the whiteboard feature in Zoom. Comes in very, very handy. So I'm going to illustrate this, and then we'll close out with just a few words and give you guys, some of you guys, an opportunity who want to work a little deeper on this, an opportunity as far as figuring out how to go about that. Okay. All right. So when you have an idea on in whatever form that you have it, all right. So let's say you have an idea. And let me see one of my audience members here. What's an idea that you've heard people toss out that they want to work on online? So you can unmute yourself. What's an idea? It could be your idea. It could be an idea you hear from someone else. But what's an idea that people usually have that like they want to like see or bring online? You there? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? Who's out there? Somebody? Anybody? Talk to me. Hey, are you muted? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so what's an idea that you or someone in your environment has come up with that that they've like said, hey, I have this great idea, but they're just not sure that how it's going to work online.
About starting marketing services for like hair products, or even doing like virtual assistants or customer service online, how to get started, because there's so many people out there and you just want to know how to position yourself to get the right clients.
Okay, so a hair product, right? Okay, so we'll use that as an example. All right, so you have an idea, hair product. Now, is the hair product one that you make, or you or someone that you know would be making?
Someone that I know would be making.
Okay, and what does the hair product do? What does it offer?
It's for hair growth, and it also helps with any scalp issues that individuals have. So whether your hair is processed or natural,
okay,
it will help and also give the results that you need.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So we got a hair growth product, right? And that's the idea.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So the hair growth product is the idea. All right. Now, the thing about this is that when someone's at the beginning phase, they already they know that the product works, so on and so forth, and they now kind of want to bring it online. And I'm going to presume, like, do they want to like sell it online or educate people on hair care online? Like, what does that sound like?
They want to sell it online and also educate, so do both.
Okay. All right. So goals are to sell and to educate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. So first, if they're going to sell it, right, we want to identify if people are going to buy it at all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a couple ways so this is what we could kind of categorize as like a testing phase. Okay. Where we're just kind of figuring out what's going on with the level of interest that people might have. Okay. All right. So simply, naturally, you can actually do a couple things. Organically, you can post about it. Oh, wrong shape here. You can kind of post about the product, right?
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna mimic IG here, just because that's like a very popular spot or popular trend. Okay, all right, so let's say you go to social media route, right? And what you do is you post you can kind of post about that product. Okay, I'm just using this kind of generally speaking as social media. Now what's going to happen is that of course you're going to find people who are going to like this post, right?
Mhm.
All right, so and or if you did it the same thing, if it was on Facebook, right, you're going to find people that like the post. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
so now when you notice, you know, when people are liking this post and just, you know, enjoying that, you can actually just put out a simple question, right?
Mhm.
Something as simple, that a simple statement, right? Right? And just say inbox me if you're interested. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So right then and there, 5 more people this week. Inbox me if you're interested. Okay?
Mhm.
Now, what do you think is going to happen? Depending on how many likes are on here.
Because I mean, you're going to receive more than 5 responses.
Okay, right? 'Cause, right? If there's people who have a need for hair growth, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna respond.
Mhm.
Okay. And if there's, you know, either no one that's interested and or they're just scared of you, they won't respond. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So status post, boom, right? And or you can have like a big banner, you know, status post with a big image that says this. Okay. All right. So what happens is people naturally from here will inbox you, right? And when they inbox you, you have two options. Okay. You can then invite them. Oops, sorry. You can, this is going to be my link. Okay. You can send them a link, right? Or you can invite them to register for an event that educates them on the product, right? Because, you know, because you could be like, yeah, you know, I love you, but I want you to make sure that you are getting the right information, right, about this. Okay, about this offer, this product, so on and so forth. Okay, so this is going to be okay. All right, so this is my presentation, my computer screen. Not bad, right? I'm doing okay. Right? Can I get some props for having some decent crafting skills here? All right, so this is it, right? So now technically this can be done via Zoom,
Uh-huh.
right? Or Facebook Live, depending, right, how you do it.
Right.
But Zoom is a little more intimate, more private, so that way people can ask you questions.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. And at the end of that Zoom, you can do a couple things. You have your giveaway. And then you have what you sell. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So this is kind of like an organic kind of way. Now, will this work for everyone? Maybe, maybe not, right? But it's
Yeah.
an initial step to really begin. It's like, you know, a version of putting the feelers out there. Now, to make this really work, this is where, you know, if you're a stylist, if you're a hair care product person, you know, health and wellness, nutrition, right? You want to, there's an underestimation of images and testimonials. Okay.
That's true.
All right. So if you are someone who has images and testimonials, right, with top 3 of killer benefits, right, like game changing benefits, okay, featuring those types of benefits. Whoops, messed up my thing. You get the idea? If
Yeah.
you got that going on, right, there's naturally going to be more people who are going to love that. Okay. And when they make those benefits, when they make those changes, right, you feel free. You can ask those people to rate your product.
Absolutely.
Right. To say, okay, oh man, this is 10. I wish it was 10 stars, right? Have people, and then with each rating, they say, man, this is why I love this. This is why I love this, right?
Right.
So that, and then when you do something like that, and then you end up saying, hey, look, based on all these great testimonials, this is what I'm looking for. And someone sends you a message via whatever the platform is and gets you here. Now you naturally have an opportunity to have a conversation. So they, book a consultation or book a Zoom so you can kind of share with, all 5 people or more, depending on how many people have responded to you. And during that conversation, you give away some things and you have an opportunity to actually, I should say, I forgot to mention in here, and for those of you who were angry with me for not doing this, I apologize. Here's what you also are doing here, okay? Educate. Okay?
Definitely.
Okay. So, give away, you educate, and then you sell. Now, of course, some people are like, I don't like to sell, da 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 da. Okay. See, from that perspective, you can't complain if you don't have anything as the years go by and you have more talent than you have money, right? So people have made sell a dirty 4-letter word. We're all sellers of something, an idea, a mood, a behavior, right? An invitation. Someone says, hey, let's go to the movies. They're selling you on that there's something great and a great state that you're going to be in after go checking out this new movie. Okay. So when it comes to selling, you owe it to yourself. It's an ethical responsibility because you have an idea. You have something that's going to help, in this case, a young lady or a woman or whoever, or, guys included, grow their hair back, right? You're giving people an opportunity to become, confident again, right? Giving people an opportunity to feel secure, giving an opportunity to feel happier, right? Right?
Definitely. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? To just feel great about themselves.
Yeah, because there is something that, is working and they're seeing the benefits.
Of
And of
course,
course, who
right?
doesn't like to
So,
have
right. So why
great
would you
benefits?
not, quote unquote, really offer that? So if someone prefers a different word, you can say offer, you can say provide. I don't really necessarily care the wording, but at the end of the day, there's an exchange that's happening here, right? After you give away and you've educated, you're going to give people an opportunity well, and then the other thing is, if there is no selling, if there's no exchange, again, if you're sensitive about that word, if this doesn't happen, right? If you don't offer something in a way that people can buy it from you, well, where are you going to get money to get more materials to make more product,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So I'm going to cut it short here, and just again, this is just a brief illustration. Like I said, just going to the drawing board. I'm sure someone's got something more technical that they kind of feel, but again, this is at the beginner stage, guys. We're not talking about stage 3, stage 4 folks that I mentioned, where they got something already going and they want it to be less stressful, or they're just looking for that next level coaching. Like that's a different set of needs. We're talking about people who are just starting out. So don't get too snooty about this, right? If this is not, but if you are at the beginning phases, it just happens to be that you have a hair product or whatever the product is, right? Like this is just one illustration. Okay, we haven't even talked about the money and da da da, right? But at the end of the day, I mean, you do want it to be offered at a price point where you can afford to ongoingly have this cycle work out. And to do a live present, I mean, you can use a free version of it. What I will say in here though